And one infer that this election then is not going to be a stroll in the park for APGA, because you have some interesting candidates who are also coming up.
Those candidates, people from outside are overrating them. You know, in this election, the issues that will determine its outcome remain squarely the performance of the incumbent. Before you take out an incumbent, the incumbent must have failed. You know, there must be symptoms of failed government under the watch of the incumbent. Then the people can mobilize to come and remove the incumbent for another person to take over. When the incumbent has put a spectacular, sterling performance in office, whether you are the most handsome man or the most gifted man that can speak English, the people will not look at your face. Because what they will want to protect is that good governance they have experienced, you know. So it's an uphill task for anybody in this election to convince Anambra people that Obiano should be changed. In 2003, we had a failed government in this state. Schools were shut, security was zero, workers were owed their salaries, pensioners were described as deadwoods. And across 2003, I mean, yeah, 2003, that was when the first change took place in this recent democratic journey. Okay. The governor then, from 1999 to 2003, performed so poorly that Anambra State was in the news for a lot of bad reasons. And the people of the state, irrespective of your affiliation, agreed that this is a failed government and they must go. So nobody looked in his direction.
That was 8 years.
What?
You said from 1999 to 2003.
Yeah, 4 years. It was there for 4 years. Yes, it was there for 4 years. And the signs of failed government were everywhere. During that period, our school children did not write WAEC for a whole year. One session, they lost one academic session because the schools were shut. Nobody was paid his salaries, both the workforce and all that. You don't even talk about infrastructural development. So the government was a mess. And the whole state rose up against that government. To the extent that the governor who wanted to seek re-election was brushed aside by his party. The BDP, they didn't put him forward for a second term in office. He ran to the AD, and when that election came and went, nobody noticed that he participated. That is when a government has disappointed the people. In the present situation, the government of Willie Obiano is a superb government in many ramifications. And our people have seen it. They've appreciated it, and they want to keep it. Because the first law of nature is to preserve something that you have that is good.
Why do you
If it is not good, you throw it away.
Why are the contestants then not agreeing? Because some people would have thought that, well, because there is, if you say that there is some consensus amongst the electorate that, you know, he's done really well, there's no point, let's give him a second term. Why do you think that you've seen this plethora of people who want to contest against him
in fact,
this election?
This year has the largest number of gubernatorial candidates, 37 on the whole. And during your debate, you had only 5 people. So we've been able to distill the candidates, you know, and came up with 5 people you could see that are doing some work. You didn't pay attention to 32.
That was done through the people. I mean, there was a vote carried out.
Okay, so 5 candidates through the votes you carried out were thrown up to be visible somehow in the campaign. But you see, if they agree that Obiano has done well, they will not be in the race. And you know, elections are about struggle for power, how to take power. And political parties are registered to contest elections. So even if you know that your mission is impossible, you must field a candidate. That is why some political parties that don't even have members in this state have candidates. You know, anything can happen. Maybe they can be noticed and be negotiated with, and so on and so forth. So, but for the candidates that have been projected as running for this office, there is no way you will expect them to accept that the governor has done well. Because if they accept that the governor has done well, they have no purpose contesting the election.
Aren't you
so that's why they're all
Isn't that underestimating the fact that you have candidates who are coming up and there could be a surprise in the elections?
I can't underestimate anybody. I've been involved in the political process on this state for 19 solid years, and I've been actively involved in it. So I know when there are potential threats, and I know when some noise is being made, you know, and I give them their right to contest this election. But what is important is that the electorate, the people of Anambra State, will decide the person they want, you know. So they can contest, and if you look at their campaigns, you see that some people are in the race because they are bitter for personal reasons. Some people are in the race because they want to try. There's one candidate that is rated very highly because he speaks eloquently, but he may come last in the election, going by the political dynamics in the state.
Or is it political dynamics or the fact that he can communicate his plans to the people?
He can communicate, but there are things that work against your interests.
Even if you can communicate your plans?
Even if you can communicate, people can reject you for some political reasons.
As opposed to the person or people who can't?
What?
As opposed to the people who can't communicate their plans to the people?
You can speak well. Most good speakers have not even been good leaders. You know, you go there and just talk, people listen to you. What is important is what people believe you can do, you know. And, you know, there is time for everything. For this election, for example,